Well, fuck you, Craig, and welcome back to the 127.
Yeah, you got it right this time, bud.
Yep. It's like 1 in 5. 127th rendition of Cooped Up Conversations with Aaron, Joey, Prokop, and me, Cooper. This episode's basically coming out tomorrow. Again, we're behind, so we're going to try to catch up with Casey Jones, dude, coming back on. He needs to not get too high this time. That needs to be the goal. So if you're listening, Casey, some weed, not all. Or you can do whatever you want. I don't care. Maybe cut that out. I don't need to piss the guy off. You can do whatever you want, Casey. But yeah, we were just talking for fucking 45 minutes about how I met a celebrity and did not make them feel any more human to me. Was basically the come out of it. And also, to be real, I would definitely charge people way more to meet me. Especially if I had 1 million Spotify listeners a month. Realistically, if you're only taking maybe $50 and that maybe before you're even before you're realistically factoring in paying out other people, you made $100, let's say, $200 to sit down with 4 jabronis for 20 minutes. I would charge minimum $450 if we had 1 million listeners on Spotify. Minimum $450, unless you're someone I know. Then $150.
Well, $450, I'd make fun of you the entire time.
I will make fun of you the whole time. That will be one problem about the meet and greet. Is like it will kind of be like you're like a social brother again. And I'll just like make fun of your shirt and stuff like that, and then you'll probably walk away and be like, I just paid $500 to get paraded. I might as well have got a dominatrix and got a little fucking enjoyment out of it.
Hey, that's what
maybe you get enjoyment out of it. It'll be like a thought for you later, and then that might be worth the $450. I don't know what's going on with you, but it would definitely be more than $150. But also I wanted to take a second before we started and thank everybody who came out to the first ever Sigo Cellar comedy show, dude. It went way better than I expected, especially minutes before the show when it all hit me. And I looked around and people kept, like Brad and Max were like, dude, there's like 20 people here, which made me panic. But then I'm like, that simply can't be true. Because there was like 8 of us out in the pool room, not including Mike and Alex. So I'm like, the math isn't adding up. But then I went upstairs, I saw some other people. But then I walked down to the basement, and I stood where we did the show, and I looked out on the empty chairs in the half-empty basement. And I go, this might be the lowest point of my life. Like, that's a genuine thing that hit me, because I'm like, oh, this looks fucking terrible. Because I don't know when I showed it to Mike, but Mike's really nice, so like he kind of was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. And I'm like, okay. And then Sully was like, oh, so this is it. And I go, oh, this is it. And I thought about it, and I'm like, granted, I did have you guys come down to a pizza shop show that ended up being just you guys and Lila's family, which was not the highest I've ever felt in my life. But I imagined just doing terribly in front of basically all of my closest friends and embarrassing myself all at once. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be that's why I came up to you guys and I was like, is this the stupidest thing I've ever done? And you guys kind of like looked at me because I think I was a little drunk at that point as well. And Aaron, I think I just scared because you kind of like backed up into the couch and then like didn't really say anything. And then Joe, I don't even know what you said, nonsense, because it didn't help or hurt my mental state.
I think I just said like, nah, it's not. I said there's going to be a lot of people because I did a little loop. So I kind of knew.
Yeah,
some guys.
And then all the girls who I didn't know sat up front, and I'm like, if they don't,
that was weird. I didn't think that was gonna happen.
I'm like, if they don't take this well, I'm like, this is gonna be so cringy. So when I got up on stage, I stood there for a second, and that's why I like chuckled before I started, because I looked around at all you guys like looking at me. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, it's too late now. And then like I blanked for a second, and then I figured out what I was doing. But
I'm like, yeah, I'm shocked.
I did okay, right?
No, you did.
I laughed.
Yeah, you did great.
That went really well.
Yeah, that was an awesome show.
I really didn't care about how my set went realistically.
I
Like,
always felt that from you too. Like not like I kind of like could tell like you were like the host. You kind of treat
Which is what I wanted to do. I wanted to loosen everybody up. I made a joke about Chad. I mentioned the podcast, and then I'm like, all right. And
That's the thing.
then,
You always had a fallback to
yeah,
really
the
say.
fallback was great. Yeah, and then I brought Lila up, and then I think the wave of like the real anxiety got off my chest because I'm like, at least I did well. People are laughing. They're here to have fun. That's good. And then I passed it on. And then Lila did pretty well. She brought up the frat rape thing a few times, which I thought was a bold move. But it landed all right. I mean, I don't know what she expected. It got the groans. Like some people chuckled.
No,
But it could have sparked someone be like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, so it was a ballsy move on her part, and it went off well. I have to tell you guys something after the podcast, please. Please don't let me forget. Like, Joe, write it down because you're gonna want to hear it. But then once Lila started, she was doing well. Once she was kind of rolling, I started drinking because I'm like, all right, we're set. I'm like, because I know Mike is going to go up there. He's going to be pretty funny. They're taking it well. So, like, I'm like mission accomplished at that point. So then by the time I got up and brought Celly up, I butchered his intro so bad.
It was so funny.
And, dude, I think he recorded it because I want the fucking clip of it. Because when he was like, oh, that was a great introduction. Oh, he's like Italian or something. Because that's basically what I said. I was like, give it up for the guap or something like that. I was so fucked up at that point, dude, because I'm like, thank God this went well. But it was great, and I appreciate Wes coming through. I really want to give him a shout out on the podcast because, to be honest with you, the audio probably would have been dog shit if I just kind of didn't have him set it up, which was a real saving grace because Mike brought his shit, but like it probably wouldn't have sounded nearly as good. And Wes was a fucking man for saving the show, so I appreciate that. I wanted to shout him out. But yeah, it was very fun. We'll have to do it again next semester, maybe.
It was fun.
Yeah, I feel like they liked it too.
Like generally.
Well, dude, the thing is, bro, is like that's what I told them from the beginning, and that's what I was most confident in until 15 minutes before the show for whatever reason. Because psychologically, I'm like, oh, all these people came out, they're support. No one has really ever made me feel like I'm truly psychotic and people are just like enabling it to make sure like I don't fucking go on a rampage. I have no clue why I think that. So like I was sitting there for a minute and I'm like, what if all these guys just put up with this just to like put up with it, just to like entertain me? You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, if they like don't fucking laugh, I'm like, this will be terrible. But like I knew that fucking once we got going, I'm like, there's nothing really you couldn't say that like I don't think that someone in that room would find funny. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, I think a lot of the people laughed at everybody.
There who weren't even fucking smirking, and I don't think it was in a bad way. But I'm like, I feel like my thing with comedy is you pretty much nothing in with the world at all like realistically makes me audibly laugh. So like you kind of need to give out and these aren't pity laughs. I'm not saying you don't find it funny.
No, you need a smile or something.
You need to smile and like make an audible sound. Like you just have to because realistically, like I don't laugh out loud, and not because I don't find things funny. I just don't laugh out loud.
When I get my like genuine high pitched belly laugh, maybe once every like 3 weeks, dude. Like I never really like audibly. And especially because, like, that's why I wanted to be a little more fucking raw up there, too. Was just because, like, realistically, I don't think younger people want to see a traditional comedy show, bro. That's why I thought that would be a cool venue. Because, like, younger people don't come to comedy shows, man. And I don't fucking blame them. I would never at 20 fucking 1 or 20, like, younger, go like, oh, I'm going to go to this brewery or this pub and watch people do stand-up comedy. There's no way I would do that.
You know who
But,
they
like-
want to see? They want to see Eric Andre, and that's it. And his stand-up wasn't even good, I heard, his last tour.
He's
I can't
not.
imagine it would
He
be
just
good.
made a mangina.
Yeah, I don't see.
would
I've
never think
I've
that
quite
he's
frankly
good.
kind of been an Eric Andre hater, but that's
No, I love his show. His show is amazing.
I think the show is good, but yeah, like he doesn't strike me as a stand-up comedian.
Me neither.
I think he's just not a comedian at all. I think kind of
Okay.
that's fine.
No, that's fair. I think he enabled a whole generation of very
Yeah.
unfunny people thinking harassing people in public was funny. I think
Have you seen
I
TikTok?
think he had a slight Eminem influence on the public where it just created like a very toxic, like unimaginative, terrible genre.
I thought it was hilarious.
I think but he's funny. Like
I
it
think
makes
so.
sense.
I'm
Like
sorry.
if you're funny, then I think you can do that shit. Like I have no problem with what Eric Andre's humor is.
Yeah, if you're one of the first ones to do it too, it's a little funnier.
He's earned it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't like it's kind of like Borat, bro. Like if someone copies like a Borat-esque character now, it'd kind of be like,
You're all right.
Oh, you're doing Borat.
yeah.
You're
So it's
doing
just-
Nathan for
but
you.
it's like-
Stop.
But like, dude, like Eric Andre sparked the like pranks in the hood era, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like that shit was so fucking bad. Not even like necessarily trying to take the white, like not the like white knight, but like the fucking righteous position of like, oh, like people shouldn't be harassed in public, like blah 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 blah. Like more of just like, dude, it's just like not funny. Like, you know what I mean? Like nothing they did was funny.
No, that's what I'm saying. I just don't laugh at it. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, but it was nice to get in front of young people, dude, because that's one thing people shit on young people about, dude. It's like not thinking shit's funny. And I really feel like I hate to break it to people, but a majority of those people are in our generation and older, and a majority of them are online. I feel like a lot of younger people, dude, just don't want to say the wrong thing, but are very open to like more edgy humor.
Have you
I
like,
seen
you know what I-
TikTok?
People
It's
don't know
edgy
how to
as
be
fuck.
funny. Some people just are upset that like some people don't find the same things funny, and it's like,
Dude, not everyone's gonna find you funny, just like not everyone's gonna find you right all the time, dude. It's like you need to just embrace it. Like, dude, that's one of the funniest things about comedians or just people in general is just like their inability for people to like dislike what they're doing. Like, who gives a fuck if people dislike it? Not everybody's gonna like it. You're not fucking Michael Jackson, bro. Not the whole world's gonna fucking embrace everything you fucking feel or say and think you're the funny, like, or you're not Bill Burr, you're not fucking Patrice O'Neal, you're not one of these people, dude. And that is what it is. But like, it's not people trying to fucking ruin comedy, man. Sometimes people just don't find shit funny. And I really think it's mostly online that people really try to cancel people. Like people who are coming to a comedy show, for the most
are
part,
seeking out the camps. Like,
they want people to laugh. They want to make fucking edgy jokes. Like they don't want someone going up there and fucking doing like a bland fucking Jimmy Fallon fucking comedy set.
it's no
like,
people want edgy jokes too, right? But sometimes it's like maybe you need to realize that your edgy jokes just suck, and stop getting offended.
Edgy jokes are risky, man, because
but
edgy
some of them
jokes are
just
risky,
suck.
man.
Some like a lot of people think edgy jokes are like they're only good if you're just like they're edgy to be edgy, and sometimes
no,
it's
yeah,
like,
it's not.
that's
It
just
has
not
to
funny.
be clever.
Like-
If anything, edgy jokes need to be funnier because they're edgy. That's like
yeah, the edginess isn't. Really
it's almost
funny.
like unprotected sex, bro. Like unprotected sex is way better, dude. But it's also like if it goes bad, dude, then you gotta fucking flush. You know what I mean? Or keep it. But if it's good enough, man, and you know what you're doing, then it's worth the risk.
Or you could just be intending to
See how
make
that
it-
edge? See how that borderline? No, I wouldn't even classify that edgy, but see how that joke landed flat? Because I lasted one. I try to stay in one too many pumps, dude. Ruined the fucking joke. But yeah, dude, it like genuinely online, dude, just infuriates me. Because the shit I see on TikTok, man, my fucking bike video getting taken down. Like, that's more of the shit that I get annoyed about. It's like that it's online. It's just like you can't, like, I don't like the principle of like who found that who found that video abusive, and then someone on TikTok was like, yeah, that's abusive, especially based on some of the videos that I see with far more many fucking views, far more worse comments, and the video's still up. Why is me calling bikers deranged the line we're gonna take?
You made fun of bike people, Coop.
Bike people suck. No one will ever fucking like bike people. I think it's probably big bikes, dude. Doesn't want fucking people to shit on big bikes. But like, here's the deal, dude. Like, watching that guy's whole TikTok, he just berates people on the street. How is that not abusive behavior? But his content's able to stay. It makes no sense. And is it because I'm directing it towards that biker in particular? That's why I'm nervous about the British one, because I fucking said Oliver Tree. And they're going to be like, oh, like, fucking. But normally the British ones stay up.
Oliver Tree, the rapper?
Oliver Tree is like a famous British, like.
He's not British.
Not fucking the rapper. The real Oliver Tree from like the novel, dude.
Who the fuck is that?
I thought that
it's
was
a fucking
Oliver
Joe.
Twist.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about. That's because I'm cultured, though.
It's Oliver
Twist. Yeah.
Did I say Oliver
Tree?
I don't know, maybe. Did I say Oliver Twist or did I say Oliver Tree?
Yeah, I thought you said Twist.
Right now, you said
it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm
Dude,
not
I confused myself.
Yelled at here. He's not getting yelled at here alone. I'm dying on this hill with him.
I hate to break it to you, Oliver Twist. Oh, I did say
Right,
Oliver Twist.
You're good.
I confused myself. Yeah. But dude, if that video stops at 200 likes, or 200 views, like the rest of them, I'm gonna get pissed because that's fucking it's starting to go too. But like, it's not abusive behavior. Maybe when I called the Australian people Kangaroo Jack, or when I used to scream on every TikTok, maybe I get it. But I was sitting talking calmly, and I made a joke about if I ever run in for. I'm talking in my bed with a fucking TV remote on my chest. I'm not running for political office. Like, that's not abusive behavior. I would change all the bike lanes to make the bikers ride on the street. I would do that. Yeah, 100%. But I don't think that's abusive.
You actually need to do that.
Why are they against walking? You know,
dude,
what I mean?
the thing with bikers, dude, is that they like run red lights and shit. Like, it's like if they weren't the worst people on the planet, then it would be fine. Like, maybe that's why it worked in fucking Amsterdam, is because the people don't drive their fucking bikes like they're driving a fucking truck. You're not more important than it, and you're not better than anybody else because you're riding a bike. You're causing a hassle. Like, yeah, oh, you should drive in the city, but you're driving in the city. There's driving in the city. All right. Like, I hate that fucking argument about America. Like all of a sudden we can just poof make the infrastructure completely change. Like, shut up and don't fucking ride a bike. Bikes are annoying. Walk around or take the fucking train or fucking. I don't want to hear about it.
Car. One of them.
You riding your bike is a hassle for
Honestly,
more people than it helps.
I think I respect the bikers that do it in the middle of nowhere. You know, kind of as like, oh, you're biking through the countryside. Like, you're asking to die if you do it in the city, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like riding a motorcycle, bro. It's like you're taking a fucking in the city. It's like you're taking a stupid, unnecessary risk for no reason.
The only
If
thing
you're
else
biking a mile,
is that they do go in between traffic, which I think is sick.
yeah, but that's dangerous. It's stupid.
But like, shouldn't cars just not be in cities? Like, I'm not saying overall, but like,
Yeah, bro.
It's
Cars
I will
shouldn't be in cities,
say
and like,
that
there's so much
the
shit,
more
bro,
I've
that you
learned
can
about
say
public
that about.
transportation, the more I've realized that it actually takes way longer than the cars take,
Public transportation
even in Europe.
sucks. Can we stop? Public
Yeah, it
transportation
doesn't
in
work
Europe
most of the time.
is whatever, bro. It's fine. Let's not make it out like the only reason they don't have to drive is because they don't have any like concept of not just staying where they live. They're stupid people. They stay in their fucking stupid their one city and they act like they're more cultured for doing so. You're not.
They don't go within 50 miles of where they were born.
Yeah, you stay in your same village, dude, in fucking England.
They think
Oh,
they're more
whoop-de-doo,
cultured.
you ride a bus. I don't fucking care. The bus in Ireland sucked. It was terrible. It was a terrible bus.
It was really
the-
not.
it-
It just wasn't. Like
The
it was
trains-
fine.
It did
It was
It didn't run any better than an American bus.
Oh yeah, I'm not
It's
saying
also Ireland,
A
so
bus. Like enough. The trains in Amsterdam, they run more frequently and they're nicer looking. But like, it's a train, dude. It's not any more convenient. They just don't go anywhere. Put trains in America. I don't give a fuck. I think the trains should run all the time. I don't give a fuck if the trains don't. Like, the trains shouldn't stop at 12. I acknowledge that. But I don't feel like I'm fucking neglected public infrastructure-wise in Boston that I would be in Amsterdam, besides the trains run more frequently.
yeah. Now that I've been commuting through the city daily, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. And I met some guy from California the other day. He's like, "This is worse than LA." I'm like, "I
No,
cannot."
First off,
believe
it's
that.
not. First
I'm
off,
like,
it's
"There's
not.
no possible way."
My thing is, I don't argue for expanded public transit because I like think all those stupid things like the points you brought up. I just want to be able to go anywhere in the city and
get drunk.
maybe get drunk and not have to worry about how I get home. That's it. Like I simply do not care
That
about
just makes
commuting.
the trains run later. I agree with that.
That's all I want. I want to
Yeah,
be able
but
to
that's
go to
why
any-
that's what's wrong with Europe is that
Yeah, but that's why I like it.
they're
Like, it's
hammered
nice. Like,
or drugged constantly.
it's fun. Like I just like I won't argue with them on that one. Like you kind of can just stumble your way through the city.
Yeah, but you shouldn't
You
be
get
able
fucked
to.
up.
I think
I
the
think you
drunk
should.
should die.
I
honestly.
think we've earned it though. Like it's their turn to start working. It's their turn to fucking get something done for once. We've like just like I Boston just gave up on itself and turned into like Lisbon, Spain, and it became just like
I kind of just like how
Like, I
it
just
is in
wouldn't care.
town. Can we
Lisbon,
just
Portugal?
be real? Can we just be real? Like, working sucks. Working sucks.
it doesn't
no one's fucking-
actually. It really doesn't.
It really
I-
doesn't.
I'm
You
gonna
know
put
how,
my hand up and
like,
say
dude,
it doesn't.
you know what? The only reason work sucks is because it makes you realize how temporary your life really is. Because 3 months has passed at my job in the office, and I'm like, holy fuck, this is going by fast. Yeah, dude, jobs are boring, but that doesn't mean they suck. Like, I saw a video about this fucking guy who's like, yeah, bro, you actually don't need Adderall. You just need to do a job that you're actually interested in.
This is not
Even
true.
a jo-
Shut up.
even if
It's
you
not.
first off, hey idiot, not everybody's gonna get to do their dream job. So Adderall is first off needed. Second off, if you have ADD, I could be working for the goddamn New England Patriots right now. I could be their GM, and I'd still probably need Adderall. So let's fucking cool it on that. But also, bro, do you really think that like people who like even like say you work for the Patriots and that's your dream job? Do you really
You're still
think
doing
doing
work better,
Excel?
too, at the end
You're
of the day.
doing Excel shit for the Patriots. Everybody does Excel, bro. Everybody sends emails. That's basically all we all do. It's not that bad.
And that's better than plowing a field or working a coal mine, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially if you live if you work remote, you should never complain about your job ever. My opinion. The only thing I complained about working remote was that I napped too much. Like my like problems working like at least when you leave the house every day for your job, there's like a risk you die. I almost die every day on my commute home, or like, you know what I mean?
See, that's
every
one
day-
thing. No, okay, never mind. I won't bring it up.
Oh, the fucking trains, you don't die on the train until it fucking derails, bro.
Yeah, but that just doesn't happen. It's not fucking accurate.
Realistically, statistically, it's probably
realistically-
just as fucking common as a car crash that's
no,
fatal.
it is
You
not.
have worms in your brain, Cooper, if you think that. Like, the worms need to start paying rent because they're so fucking entrenched in your
I don't know,
brain.
man.
Truly believe. That was a-
Maybe big
dumbest
car
thing I've
just
ever
has
What
that.
does happen
big car
is that
has
it
you.
breaks down and you don't go to work and no
Yeah,
productivity.
but the thing is, the trains
all
can
that
maybe
matters.
just not suck. That's the thing. Like, maybe they can make them not suck, and then if we don't.
Germany's was very nice, but I've
That's what I'm saying.
really,
Like, there's clearly evidence of the whole train and walkability
but
thing.
I
working.
think if you're telling me
that's
the
what I
Netherlands
point.
trains, like they didn't come as often as I would have liked it for the amount of money they put into it.
What do you mean? We barely took them.
We went that one way, and I felt like I was cramped in there. I felt like I was in the Newark.
Train
fucking,
sucks, bro. No one likes
Yeah.
sitting on a train.
I
Dude, yeah,
fucking hate
no one
sitting on
I
loves
would
trains,
ra-
but I'd
the
still
best-
rather take
the
a train
best
through the
part-
city than fucking
the
drive
best
everywhere in the
part-
city.
Of driving though is that you don't interact with anybody
But I don't
else.
care about that. Like, I'd rather
I
not have
don't
to
want to
worry.
be next
I promise you, Aaron, if you
people
were
are
a
pigs, bro.
completely
I don't be
sober
sitting on pig
individual, you
trains.
would not care as much.
Yeah, but fuck, like sober people don't deserve rights. I'm gonna put my hand up and say it. Like,
Yeah, but if you look at America, it's like we looked at the stats. It's like a lot of people, more people are sober. No, they just don't
like
call
the reality of
themselves
the
sober.
situation is that like realistically, like most people, obviously you guys have, most people just haven't like seen the other side. And at the end of the day, which anti fucking car people can accept is that like cars are still fine. You know what I mean? Like you're never gonna convince people that cars suck. And that's the biggest thing. Is like you're not gonna win by telling them that.
The only thing it's good, and
But
I'm
it's like, at the end of the
I'm pro
day,
Train
like,
City.
it's
Don't
pretty
get me
like
wrong.
it's pretty like you can't just tell them like, oh, you need to think your car sucks and your suburb sucks. It's like most people
Yeah.
don't think that because it
Yeah.
doesn't suck at the end of the day. It's fine.
Yeah, I
So,
promise you, like
it's more like you need. They
uh,
just need to see the light, in my opinion, and there is a light. And I think
I think that I like the Train City, but here's the issue with all the train cities: is
Yeah.
that you need some sort of in America, you need some sort of parking, because
you need one big
realistically,
parking
you
garage.
can't have. You either have to have only cities, and then you don't need any cars, but that's not going to happen in America.
See,
So just
realistically,
make giant parking lots that are like 9 stories tall
I
There
don't
should
even.
be no homes in cities. There should just be parking.
and cafes.
I
and
think
bars.
cities like what is it? What was the point you said before, Joey? You said. Oh, I was gonna say I think like we don't need to fucking turn Boston into like Amsterdam. I think Boston's pretty good where it's at.
Yeah, I think
Obviously,
it's
we
fine
fixed the
to be
train.
perfectly
But
honest.
I think my ultimate goal would probably be like just like slightly better version of Boston, right? Like maybe the trains don't fall apart; they run a little better.
Yeah, our trains
Um,
blow here.
Keep
I
the
mean, they
city
don't blow,
like
but they're
keep the walkability. Maybe add some like lanes, like some. I think there's some areas in Boston. Like to be quite honest, I think Newbury Street should be like pedestrian only.
Well,
Like,
they
there's
do
no
it in the
reason to-
summer, dude.
It
That's the
should
thing.
be all the time. Like it should.
But
never
it shouldn't, because
it
who
shouldn't be
gives a
all the
fuck
time.
in the winter, dude?
No,
And also,
yeah,
that's
no
like
one's
a,
gonna
Like
use
it
such
doesn't
a
mean
hassle
anything
to
because
make.
people live in cold cities and walk. Like that just.
Yeah,
isn't
but
a
there's
good
enough
argument.
But it doesn't mean
sidewalk,
we
dude.
should
I've
give
never
a
been at
fuck
Newbury
that's not
Street in the
being
winter.
used.
I've
Most
never
people-
been at Newbury Street in the winter and gone like, damn, I wish there was more.
But most
walking
people don't
space.
drive like when you're shopping. Like there's.
But we
evidence-
do. But the thing is
No
like
one
that
drives Newbury.
space isn't being
The tr-
used for anything in the winter, so we might as well turn it into parking. And then at
I
least
mean, I
that
guess that's fair.
conveniences
Like
some
if
people.
it's like not like as long as it's more than just like a fucking.
I think our sidewalks
summer,
are plenty big. We don't need more sidewalks.
To me, I just like the vibe. I'm a vibe guy too. I'm kind of
No,
a
well,
fan of that
dude, there is something really nice about walking down like Newbury Street or one of these. I liked all the out.
Yeah.
That's like the best.
Like I
thing
like that's what I'm
come out of
saying. Like I
COVID.
like that outdoor.
No, but
dining.
yeah, but like you, like even on Newbury Street, bro, the sidewalks are big enough where you
But
can
who
have a
cares?
car.
But yeah, but like the thing is, the vibe isn't the same when there's a car. I like it's like the middle, like.
Yeah, but no one. But if no one's using it, it's just unused real estate, and
But there
that's
is no
un-American.
evidence that no one's using it. We don't go there enough. At the end of the day, like we're not there.
Nobody's
We don't
out there.
have-
It is
Boston.
just, it
don't
is
have
a hassle to not
I'm
be
not-
able to drive on Newbury Street in the fucking summer though, because it is like it's like
But
one
you
of those
should-
central streets.
But you shouldn't even need to be driving. The point is, you shouldn't be driving. Like
I mean, I think you should close off like some areas, like no.
Which they're doing.
at all.
I mean, I
Yeah.
hate to say it, bro. Like people can shit on Boston all they want. I've been to north of 15 cities around the world. Let's just say that for ease. I think even more than that. Boston is by far the best. It has the most potential to be like all
Okay,
it
there's
needs, like
potential.
Aaron's saying, is like the train to ride a little later
More
and like more often. But other than that, man, like Boston's extremely walkable. Parking's really not that bad. You very rarely like don't have a garage in like one of the like if you park in the north end, like yeah, it's expensive, but you can park in a garage right by the north end. It's not like you can't do those things. So it's like it's just it's also shit closes early, which sucks. Like if everything
the
stayed
biggest
open to
thing
like
for me.
3. Yeah,
I'd
if
rather
everything
take
stayed
the
open till
later
3.
bars than.
Oh, I want all
Transit,
that
in my
before. I want all the like later bars before any of like the walkability and train stuff. Like
Well,
any
the
day of the
city's so walkable as is, though, bro. It's like one of the model cities for changing walkability, dude.
Which is
Oh, yeah.
crazy because it was made in like the 1600s.
see, like I like Joe. You were telling me Joey before, and you were in like to me like I love the vibe, even though it's a tourist trap essentially. Like when it's summer and you're in the north end, like I love that
Yeah.
vibe, and I want that.
There's no
everywhere.
doubt.
That's what I'm
There's
saying.
no doubt.
I want.
But the
I want
only
that.
problem is you get winter here, bro, and it's like
But,
I
like,
don't
that
like you
is-
can put the
winter isn't
heaters out.
that
You can put
bad.
the heat, but
I mean, hopefully it's not.
It
It
just
can
not
be
a real
bad,
argument
though,
to you.
Aaron.
That's just not like a real
There's been
point.
plenty of winters, bro, where there's like I'm not walking on the fucking street right now.
Okay, of course, there's days like that, but like, I'm not trying to be like the European suck-off guy, but like, there's cities in Europe that are constantly walkable with all these things going on that get cold. Like, it's
They can be walkable still, dude. Even if you have like some of the patios with the outdoor
I know,
heaters.
I know, but
Like,
I don't know what you're arguing against then, because I'm just saying like you can.
you don't need to shut. I'm arguing against like shutting down the north end in the fucking Newbury Street during the winter.
I mean, I guess so, sure. Like, but I still think like there's plenty of like I could picture like Newbury Street, like a European version of it, where it's those like pedestrian only streets, and I think it would be perfectly fine anyways. It would have enough foot
At the
traffic.
end of the day, too, I feel like in Amsterdam there was streets.
There was
and I
both.
got that
There's
same
both.
vibe.
That's what I'm saying. No one's saying like ban cars from cities altogether, but I think there's certain.
Well, I mean, you really
areas that
can't
would
because you need delivery trucks for those. Oh,
There's
fuck.
certain places that would
Cut
like,
it.
benefit.
Cut it.
from-
Restart what you're saying, Aaron.
What did I say?
No, I said.
Oh, I
Cut it.
I heard ya.
No, I was gonna
Sorry,
say like
everybody.
I wish I had the data because I probably sound like an idiot right now. Because at the end of the day, like I promise I actually don't care about this enough. I'm talking about it, but like they did like a study and Newbury Street like gets more traffic when like streets get more traffic when it was pedestrian only. Like more people are like shopping and stuff.
But also, they
spending
open
money
it for
that way.
pedestrian only in the summer, though, dude. If you like,
I know,
test
but
it in the winter.
that doesn't prove that it wouldn't.
Okay,
be
the test in the
more-
winter,
Okay,
douchebag,
okay.
and let's see.
Yeah, but okay, but what is it going to be like? Because it's less than it was in the summer. You're gonna be like, oh, it doesn't
No,
count.
but if it's like if it doesn't make sense,
we're not-
it's
if
not
they're
like
not
more
eating
why
walkable than a
wouldn't it make
normal
sense?
winter.
I need like a
Eating
general
outside,
reason why it
that's
wouldn't make sense because
Well,
it's gonna be stuff.
Aaron, if you just said like more people, more pedestrian foot traffic increases in the like when they have the pedestrian only, but they only do that in the summer. So I'm
Okay,
saying
but that's not my-
if you compare a normal winter to that standard where it doesn't increase from a normal winter, then it makes no sense to close the streets
but
down
I don't-
and not allow driving.
I think it would be fair to assume that it would increase, though. I know I can't prove it, but if it increases
Okay,
in the
so
summer,
I'm saying
I
prove
don't
it.
like-
Let's prove
okay,
it
but
for
how
a
am I
year.
supposed
You're
to prove
saying
it, like-
foot traffic again, and that doesn't
Talk
matter.
to the
if you're eating
city, Aaron.
outside.
What do
why
you
are you
fucking mean?
screaming? You have like a fucking level of fucking neurodivergence that is just unexplainable
Dude,
sometimes.
You asked
No one
me
is
how
screaming.
you do it.
But that isn't like that doesn't like just I'm shocked that you can't just like think that it probably like sure like
to the
I
city.
can't prove it right now and I need to go to the city Coop to prove my point. But
Yeah,
it's just
so
shocking.
email-
It's shocking that you can't go it's increased in the summer comparatively. I probably could assume that it might increase in the winter. Like I don't think that's an insane take.
It's not
for me
an
to have.
insane claim,
then
Aaron,
you
but it's
don't-
also not an it's hey,
Okay,
it's
what?
also not an insane claim to be like, hey,
Of course
it
you wanna
wouldn't go
look
up
at it.
because it's cold.
But I just think that is insane to prove because there's a million other.
Why is that insane?
Because you
No
can
one
look at
wants
data from other
cold,
cities,
bro.
Cooper, and prove that there's nothing that doesn't change, and that's my
So
point.
what I'm telling
Like,
you,
do you
Aaron,
think every city that's walkable that doesn't have things just like shut
What?
down in the winter?
I'm not
Do you
saying
think-
shut down. I said if it's comparable to a normal foot traffic on
But
a
why would
normal
it be?
winter,
But why would it be?
but why wouldn't it be?
Because if it's not comparable in the summer,
Because
then why would it
it's super
suddenly be
walkable as is, Aaron.
I-
So I'm saying, like, if it's not in, like, I don't know. Here's the
so
deal.
you're not making.
You're gonna write an email right now to Mayor Wu, and we're gonna shut down Newbury Street this winter for
Mayor
let's say
Wu-
even 2 weeks around. But you can't do it around Christmas time because that's cheating. I agree. Around Christmas time they should, but after Christmas in January, I would assume that foot traffic on Newbury Street goes way down as is. There's no reason to shut the road down.
Yes, but it goes. But that's where you and I are losing our child.
Because even if
You
the foot
think that
traffic
it-
goes up
that it go-
significantly in the winter, I'm sure compared to normal winters, they're not using up as much space as they would in the summer when they make it foot traffic only. So it's going to be like, why close the road down? That's what I'm
But I
saying.
don't
I'm not
think there's
saying
any-
it's not
but
even going to
you're-
be a
but the-
significant increase.
Okay, but
But a
that
normal
isn't
winter-
why. Like to me, the argument to not shut the cheek down is just because there's still room. Like that's not like the argument we're having here. I'm not like. So I don't really. That just doesn't mean anything.
That's the
to me.
argument we were having.
That wasn't. But I never was. Like you added that argument. I just wasn't having that argument. Like picture. Okay, do you remember when we?
Can other people help me and not just
Do
let
you
me get
remember when we
down?
went- do you remember we went to that
Ours is
street
so
in Dublin?
different than yours, guys, that I'm not even gonna.
Do you remember
Mine
when
was
we went?
more of an environmental standpoint, and then you guys are talking about drinking and driving.
Do you
I'm
remember?
not talking about drinking and driving at all.
Let me tell you what my
Cities.
view is. You guys are gonna hate me, and it's gonna go shit on Ireland, blah 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 blah. But do you remember when we went in the area where we got cigarettes?
Yeah.
Not cigarettes. I mean the cigars.
Yeah, that back alley.
It was not a back alley. It was a giant.
It was a
busy
tiny
street.
little carriage street.
That street was okay, but like sure, but you could turn that into something just because the streets like that's kind of like what the vibe would be. And
But
just
that's
because
not
Newbury
like
Street,
a vibe I'm really going for.
but to me it is. That's my selfishness. I like
Go
that.
to
I
Europe
like that.
then.
Okay, but like I hate Europe.
The whole, but you don't want to fucking you don't want to fucking mimic you want to be your own thing. You want to establish that.
You don't.
Here's the
have to,
deal:
though.
me
You
sitting
can
on the fucking sidewalk and watching a Tesla drive by on Newbury Street isn't gonna ruin my
It
experience.
doesn't bother me at all. Like at the end of the day, like you're right. Like
So then why are you amped up about it?
Because you started screaming like out of nowhere,
you're a
like having like
fucking
a
pig. I'm so
meltdown, and
sick
it was kind of like
you were
strange.
fucking having a meltdown, dude.
Yeah, Cooper, that you just started screaming about winter and emailing
You
Woo.
You know,
like,
why wouldn't the foot traffic go up?
But you started yelling first. It was a little strange.
Yeah, because
but that's
you were
besides.
annoying me.
Yeah, I wasn't. Like
You
I
weren't
said,
annoying me.
like you
I
said,
beg to differ. You were really annoying me.
like you were annoying me too.
Okay, so like that's why I
So
got
you're doing it. You're doing
yelling.
it again. See, you're like doing it again.
It's part of the bit, Aaron.
I
is
know, but
yelling.
the bit like comes across as just like spectrum. There's no humor.
Well, Aaron, I think that's a very authentic.
But then then are you just playing a
We're
character?
trying to give people an authentic experience of what a normal conversation would be like. That was what the original fucking
Was
mission
it?
statement was during COVID. Yes,
Oh.
it was a normal conversation that we recorded and cut some stuff out of.
Like I said, Joey and I talked about this. We can make all. I think we should make all.
I can't wait to actually be living with you guys and have like Aaron not be able to like gaslight the fuck out of me and be like, "Oh, we talked to Joey." Like these meetings are gonna be what? These meetings are gonna be sat in on now.
Oh no, this is. I'm not proving a point. I was gonna say
I don't
like
care
I
about
don't.
walkability. I care about the fact we're just wasting metal and resources on these cars.
I don't know why people think we need to redesign our cities. Like I made Houston walk.
Yeah, I don't give a shit
City
about the
skylines.
cities. Like if you
You know
want to
what I
live in a cesspool, go ahead.
You burnt
Dude,
it down and
Yeah, but
started
here
it over.
I made Houston walkable. I banned cars. It's a
Houston.
walkable city now. It's a walkable city now. Dallas banned cars, walkable.
Yeah, that's why. And it's like we
What do
can't.
you mean
put-
you need to
like,
change it?
pull together enough money to fix a bridge. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather not waste 50 years of my life not being able to go in a city because
Well,
we're
the
trying
fucking-
to redo it. You know what I mean?
Well, the city won't rebuild the Long Island Bridge.
But I'm
Yeah,
saying like I'm talking
dude,
more Massachusetts, I guess.
More
But we
people,
can't get any the tunnel has been out of commission for how long?
dude. That's
every night.
months, dude. Months to put
It's
lights
been more
up.
than a month. It's been since we moved in here. It's been a year, and
Enough
it's
with
like,
it.
I'm kind of done with the whole.
Dude. 15
I'm not,
people.
like, if we want to redo the whole city so that it's like walkability, that's gonna take 50 years. And I don't have that time. I'm sorry.
I know,
do it
yeah,
all
think
the-
maybe one
humanity
day.
has that time.
Dude, I saw 15 cars in a row with shredded tires because either glass, nails, or a pothole was like wiping out people in this lane. Like one of the emergency turnoffs in the downpouring rain had one AAA guy trying to change all these people's tires, dude. It was fucking wild. But like,
I don't-
fix the potholes.
I don't know if
How
I
about that?
want to go to this next rant.
What rant?
I have opinions on what's that place called? Sorry, what's it called?
How would you stop playing FIFA for a
Method
second?
Mile. Method Mile. I have some opinions at this point, but I
Okay,
feel
we'll hear 'em.
I have
No, I
some
don't want-
opinions
I don't
on
wanna
the
talk-
what's the
wanna
name
talk-
of the homeless place here?
Method
That's
like Mass and Cass.
Yes, yeah, I got some opinions on that too.
I have
if we
some
want.
opinions, and I don't
If
know if
we
I want
wanna
to share
get
'em.
into
I
it.
don't know if I want to share 'em. I don't think Bro Cop will be happy. Sorry, Bro Cop.
I just said we.
I think he'll
Please.
agree. To be honest with you,
I say
You
we
think
just
he
give
will?
up. You just give up those 2 blocks, man.
I mean, I don't know what you're about to say, but I'm assuming.
That's one take. That's one take I could agree with. I think people don't realize that most people in Method Mile are people who have roofs, beds waiting for them, and they can't stop this fucking up.
I
And
feel like
the
most
idea
homeless
that
people
they're
are
all
not
like
living in
fucking
places
victims.
Like that.
They're all like victims is just so far removed from reality. Like, and I'm not even saying like drug addiction isn't fucking You know what? I can't talk about this. I'm gonna get myself canceled.
Well, I
No,
mean, I feel like
I know what you're
deeper
saying.
issue of homelessness in America is the drug issue, which I feel like it.
But they're like two
almost
separate
100%.
things.
I don't
There's
even
two
think it
separate
is.
things.
I think
There's
it's
two
I
like
think a
separate
lot
things.
of it. I think a lot of it.
Methadone mile exists because it's an open air drug market,
yeah.
not
Like,
because it's a
I
place
think
where like,
most homeless people are not there.
Like
I
yeah,
think
most
they're-
homeless people like Boston offers all these things like shelter and stuff. You just can't be a fucking drug addict. And I'm not trying to say like just stop doing drugs and that drug addiction is an addiction and it isn't a problem. But like I said, methadone mile literally isn't just like, oh, these people are homeless and like poor them, they got caught into drugs. No, it's a drug market. That's what it is. There's nothing else to it. It's an open air drug market full of people who, again, it's not easy, so it's going to be like I can't just say stop doing drugs, but it just simply isn't. And we need to have a real conversation about what to do with the place, because the idea that they just Mayor Wu, we cleaned it up. You know, they do that. The feds did a sweep. We sweeped it up. We cleaned it up. Oh, it's bad.
I just think realistically, dude, the deeper issue is just like, do we want to be the country where people are doing that on the street? Like, even if you offer a place for people to like shoot up in a clean, safe environment off the street, then like we should do that. We shouldn't like because I agree people shouldn't be going to jail over
there should be safe fucking places for them to do drugs.
No, 100%, dude. That it shouldn't be out in the street, bro. Because at the end of the day, it's not. It's definitely not a lifestyle you want people like. Not that you don't want people exposed to it, but like you don't want an open air drug market in like one of the like a major part of your city. It's just like it's very clearly not the direction to go, because the cities that do allow it, like San Francisco and stuff, Portland have a real problem with it, and they're not going to ever fix it. And it becomes a health issue, because a lot of those needles are ending up on the ground, in the fucking street, in the water. Like in Lowell, dude, think of how many of those canals had fucking needles in it. Like, it becomes a health risk. So it's like, at the end of the day, I think you need to show these people, which is the root issue, because a lot of people who like come in the mindset where they're not compassionate about it. I think there is 100% a demographic that's just like, oh, you're just like, because there are the situation, people become homeless for many different reasons, and I think it's just like one of the ones we got to focus on is the drugs, dude.
But like, I think
drugs is a problem, man.
These people have this idea that these people, if you just gave them like a home, that it would just be like.
No, I mean that's what we did in 2008. We just started giving people homes.
It just clearly isn't gonna work.
Incentives, and then you have to be able. Not everyone's ready for a home. I hate to say it.
But even if you give someone an apartment, that's like, it is what it is, bro.
If you
but
give
like,
a heroin addict an apartment, doesn't mean they're gonna stop being like they're just gonna stop being a drug addict. Like, you need to fix that problem first.
And another huge part of the homelessness problem is the mental health issue, which I think is like a tough thing, because when I think it was Reagan closed all the mental hospitals.
Yeah,
I agree, you shouldn't force people in there, man. There's very clearly people who are on the street.
There's a line. There's clearly a line, and I just like no amount of mental gymnastics to me is gonna convince me that like nobody should be institutionalized. Like, there's people on this planet who don't deserve to walk amongst us, and like I generally think you're just straight up insane if you think otherwise.
Yeah,
like that guy who threatened us doesn't deserve to be in public ever
What's that
again.
percentage though, Aaron? I'd say 10%.
Oh, very small, but that small percentage is the people terrorizing all of us. You know what I mean?
And it also makes those other like you see this crazy nut jobs in Florida shooting people at their front door because they're encountering those crazy people, and it's just kind of putting everything.
People in Florida are actually fucking
very
lunatics.
small
but it's not just Florida. Like, dude, there's people in Massachusetts arming up and stuff. I'm not going against the guns or anything. I'm saying like it's clear there's a little bit of tension we all need to relieve here.
My other take though, real quick, not to like get off the topic, but I just want to say Massacast is at the same time, it's not that bad. Like, people are like, like it's honestly it's a little block in a place no one goes. Like, if it just stayed, like I honestly
no, bro. When you drive through it's a real sad experience, bro.
It is, but like it
isn't
really.
Oh my god.
It doesn't really have anything. Like, it's just I'm not there enough. And I don't think there's enough there. Like, it's like an industrial park near the hospital, kind of. Like, if this is like as bad as it gets, then like so be it.
Just give them some
Yeah.
shelter and a clinic to shoot up in. That's my calming
That's what I
answer.
said. That's
Yeah, but that's
literally
what they
that's literally
have.
what we said.
They
That's
literally
They have
literally what we
access
said.
No,
to
you
that.
can't.
That's
They
like
don't.
what
you
we
don't
have.
You don't have like mass clinics that are available, and you don't have shelters.
We have
that,
that's a methadone clinic, and we do have mass clinics. Like
well,
that's only
you
what
don't.
this is.
Yeah, methadone is different than like.
Oh, you mean
I'm
like
sounding crazy.
you mean
like
oh, I get what you're
legalize
saying.
heroin, but like
Yeah, I get
No,
that.
but like if you're
Decriminalize it.
gonna let them do it on the street, let them do it in these clinics, bro.
yeah,
Like until you fucking stop the problem of like getting people on these opioids, it's like I feel like that's the bigger issue. Is just that like why are so many people going and deciding to do opioids, bro? Like you need to find that issue, and people are always gonna do it. But you need to like figure out how to prevent it the best way possible, dude. Whether it's not over prescribing, whether it's like
Yeah,
anything.
that's
dude.
a fact. That's a huge factor. But at the same time, I generally think people heard that story, right? And that's clearly true. But like, I want to see the data. Like, is everyone who's a heroin addict fucking just got overprescribed? Because I feel like people kind of like run
A
off.
lot of people just do perks once,
Yeah,
dude, and then they
I
like
was-
them and they can't afford.
I was
to
gonna say, like,
fucking
I'm not saying
have
that
it.
doesn't take away from like the people who went through that, but like at the same time, like, I think a lot of the people just ran with this idea. They're like, oh, everyone who's on homeless and in Mass and Cass just got overprescribed. Like, sure, I bet some of them are, but at the same time, like, I bet most of them didn't. But like I said to my point before, dude, is like at the end of the day, Massacast doesn't negatively impact my life. And the only thing it does is, I guess, it's like I want my city to look nicer. But it
And
doesn't.
you want the people in your environment to be
Yeah,
doing it. It's
but it
very
doesn't-
hard to like drive through and be like, oh, this is like people who live like because it must be like looking at the human like looking at their perspective of it, dude. It must be crazy to go like you must like especially when you're already in a mental state that you're probably not at your strongest, and then you're like looking at yourself become an outsider to the real world, dude, and you enter this whole new like it's a whole new reality. Like we always make jokes about like what we see on like TikTok and shit, but that's like, dude, it must just be fucking nuts, dude, to be waking up even in a shelter, bro, waking up in a shelter and being like, holy shit. You know what I mean? Like it's probably fucking crazy. So it's like it's really sad to like know that there's people around in your community. Like, that's why it's like the homeless stuff is just so tough, dude, because I feel like a lot of people, regardless of the situation, want the best for everybody involved, but it's like it's tough. It's a tough fucking thing because we have no idea how to fucking tackle it. You just like whether it's like the mental health stuff, there's definitely a mental health aspect, there's definitely a drug addiction aspect, there's definitely like a trauma aspect, there's
poverty.
a poverty. Well, it's pro cop. I'm naming all these fucking things, dude. I didn't even
I know.
get to the poverty
The
part.
thing is, people who are poor and it's like in this city have access to like I'm not saying like that's the problem solved, right? Like that, but like people who there are like shelter things like in Boston at least where you
Probably
can go
more than
to
almost
if you're
any other
poor.
city.
Yeah, any city, as long as you're not a drug addict. And again, like I said, that doesn't mean like stop doing drugs, but you idiot, like just don't get addicted to drugs. Obviously, it's not that simple. But people who are just poor aren't in Mass and Cass. You're not there if you're just simply poor. You're not. That's the reality of the situation. So, but they'll move it. They need to rebuild the bridge to Long Island and put them all there.
Yeah, why not?
I
Like
heard
that island
Nashua,
was
New
good.
Hampshire is beautiful this time
No,
of year.
the Long Island Bridge in whatever. Where was it? Near Quincy? Is that where it was? Does anybody know?
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I thought
No,
you meant. I thought
Mass
you
and
were.
Cass used to be on an island, like called Long Island, like off the coast of Boston. So it was just like they all were there. The clinics were in there, and the shelters were all there. Which I feel like the beauty of a coastal city is you get to put them on an island.
Yeah, and that's a good view.
They get a good view. But I think Procop, you're right though. Like they should legalize it and let them safely shoot up.
Yeah, I
Because if
think
you're not going to charge
that-
them, you let them do it on the street regardless.
Yeah.
that's my.
Well, I
answer.
just want to make sure there's taxed, so I can tax them.
Tax homeless, great.
the
Just
thing
broke up
is,
with your
like, you
solution.
kind of have to. If here's the thing. Like, if you want the really nice heroin, you can go get it. But if you have no place to do it, there should be a clinic that you can go and do it. And rather than, I don't know. I got all these utopian answers, so it's like it's not possible.
I've given up on the utopian game. Like I've given up
absolutely.
on.
Absolutely, you can't think in like a utopian aspect. It's not real. Like even in a utopia, you can still stub your toe and it'll hurt.
Yeah.
So it's not a utopia. It's not heaven, but you can try and make the best situation possible. So.
But to be fair, Joey made a good point. We could just bring back the subprime mortgages. Give us like a 3-year run.
Give them a good subprime mortgage.
Give us a good run. We'll have another run. We'll have roofs overheads.
Started at 4.5%, and then have it kick up.
And it just goes up. And you can even get 2 of them if you want. 2 houses.
How nice.
One for your step parents, or whatever they are. Parent-in-laws. Yeah.
One for the in-laws.
In a
Great
desert
idea,
somewhere, maybe.
So, going on a lighter subject to end, the thing I made the video about today, Aaron, because you have the UK Irish fucking influence here.
Yeah.
Do you agree with them calling a fucking chicken sandwich a chicken burger?
Nope. Well, not.
I'm so glad you agree with me, because, like, I get it, man, but, like, the girl's argument was
burger comes from hamburger, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, burgers normally ground up meat, like ground beef or like turkey if you're healthy. I'm like,
okay,
you don't just put a chunk of something there.
Not to defend them and that, but I don't think that because
that's not the argument. The whole argument's that it's a sandwich regardless.
It helps.
Okay, I didn't hear it. I thought you were just saying. I was just saying like technically like is a burger or is that just what we call
a burger is a sandwich, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I said too.
Yeah.
It was like a sandwich is bread with filling. So I'm like, so what the fuck? I'm like, what are you confused about?
What do you mean bread with filling? That's the worst way to describe it.
I'll play the original video.
That's such a bad way. Like, I don't think any amount of mental gymnastics is going to convince me that she's right.
We'll see what TikTok says.
Okay, where's TikTok say?
Here we go.
Let me get one thing straight. So if you guys call this burger a chicken sandwich...
It's a McChicken, by the way. Why the fuck? I have 5G. Why is it buffering? Sorry.
Call this burger a chicken sandwich...
Because it's a chicken sandwich. It's a chicken salad sandwich. That's what her. That's what her. She goes.
Burger on there, labelled under burgers. Because honest to God, I get shouted out so much when I call it a chicken burger and not a chicken sandwich. But here in the UK, this is what we call it. But I'm super curious to know what you guys would call these. Surely you just call it a chicken sandwich as well.
How are you confused by that, you British goofball?
If you
She's like, we call it here. We call it a burger because it's not a chicken sandwich because it's not bread with a filling. She just showed a chicken salad sandwich, so it's just like it's a chicken sandwich. And her argument is it's bread and filling. So would like a burger?
What does filling mean? That because isn't bread like the burger filling too? Is it?
That's what I said. Like what is that? And then it's like it's.
They
like,
don't call the only reason I would say is that like calling them like I can get them calling it a chicken burger because like burger doesn't.
But burger's not fried. It's not fried chicken. It's a different thing.
Yeah, but that's my point. It isn't like that's what we just call it. Obviously, I prefer it, but like burger isn't ground. It's just what we call ground beef.
I'm almost.
They call it like mincemeat. They call it like mincemeat or whatever. So like burger.
Yeah, because but there's
burger doesn't mean.
My thing is like
ground beef to them. To them,
the pretentiousness of her, dude, being like, "Well, I'm just so confused."
No, yeah, I mean, I get that. I'm with you on that.
Oh, I'm gonna use Snapchat AI, dude.
Snapchat AI, dude. I had
What?
Snapchat AI. Wait, let me send it to you guys.
What classifies a burger?
But you
A
have to,
burger is consisting of meat cooked in patties of ground, usually beef, placed inside a roller bun. Yeah, so basically, according to Snapchat AI, it has to be the ground beef.
I mean,
That's what I think
guess we'll
classifies it as a burger. It's kind of like the rectangle square argument. Like all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. Like I think that it's like all burgers are sandwiches, but not all sandwiches are burgers. So it's like wouldn't classify a chicken sandwich as a chicken burger. I get why they do it because it's kind of like a cheeseburger because they have the fucking fried chicken.
Yeah, I mean, I
and
get it.
like
I'm
it's
not
not, but
do it,
yeah, like I wouldn't have said anything unless they
But
fucking
I'm
brought
just
it
saying
up.
that, like, I don't think like that was not to be like,
Can we base the burger off the
yeah.
bun?
But like that's what I'm saying. Like, I
Kind
don't
of.
think I don't think the word burger has anything to do with ground beef.
I think
it's-
it does because that's
Yeah,
what a
it does,
burger.
'cause it's
It's a
called
burger
hamburger.
patty. So it's like normally hamburger.
Yeah, but we're I mean, at the end of the day, we're so used to it that it's hard to wrap our heads around it and not. Just
No, I mean
That's
I
what I'm trying
get
to
it.
point
but,
out.
Hamburger's
like,
from Hamburg, right? So that's like the origin.
which was like ground beef and pork and shit.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
The
what I'm saying. I want
seaport
to figure it out. I think my reason I don't like it because I think it
Raw
sounds
shredded
stupid.
beef.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
that's
sure
gross.
it's like a German immigrants thing where it's like
19th
brought this
century
over.
sailors brought the idea of raw shredded beef or beef tartare after being poor and stupid and a sailor. That's what it says.
But what did the American hamburger come along?
I think that's what it is. Like it's the raw shredded beef. It's 19th century. It's not like it's not like Middle Ages. So the
I'm
hamburger.
sure they started cooking it because
The hamburger was a special from Hamburg because of the raw shredded beef.
it's got to say when it started getting cooked in America.
All right, well, I'll dig in. I only looked at the first.
But like, I'm not even arguing against what they call it. But for her to be like, "Why would you call it a chicken sandwich?" is the stupidest
Yeah, that
argument.
is so dumb. See, have you gotten
When was the American one? Invented
you wanna-
1885 at Hamburg Fair was the burger that we know today. September 18th even. They give the date.
Damn.
The invention of the hamburger in Hamburg Fair. Or invention of the burger at Hamburg Fair.
Where was that?
Have you been on the British thing I've been on is the whole Chinese food thing.
Oh, I got that
I don't
today.
even want to know their opinion on it, to be honest.
No,
Dude,
it's funny. And it's funny. I want to start off because I
It's
wanted to
sick
actually
in there.
jump into this. I remember when Kira said how they say it, right? And I made fun of her for it. And she like couldn't see it was weird. And now like they're just getting like made fun of because Irish and English people will go like, they're like, I want to get a Chinese.
Yeah,
Which
it's really weird.
just
that I say it.
sounds so stupid, but that's not the main focus. It's the main focus of the whole thing is how vile and disgusting their version of Chinese food looks.
It's
it's-
dude, because it's like fries with curry sauce.
I'm gonna be honest, the
Which
curry
isn't even
sauce
curry.
isn't bad. It's not
I
bad.
like
I'll
curry
give you
No,
that.
it's not that
But
it's
it's
not
all-
good. It's like
that's not
it's
the
so
bad
fucking
part.
dumpy.
That's not the bad part to me. It's just that like there isn't a hint of flavor unless you put the curry sauce on it.
Yeah.
Like curry sauce to
Dude,
me,
no,
like you
they
go
have like
get the
salt and pepper chicken, dude. They don't even have General Tso's. Like that's their
they
like
have
spicy
nothing.
chicken.
It's sad.
We're gonna get a Chinese.
We'll go Chinese la bosh.
Dude, I love that fat guy, dude. He's the man. He's so trashy, dude. He's like an Alabama fucking European. But it's so fucking funny. I also got this Turkish guy who belly dances.
Oh, he died.
He
What?
died.
Mm-hmm.
The guy with the big belly that he like jiggles it.
Yeah, that guy is
And
dead.
it was all, dude.
Oh,
All
he
the
did?
captions would be like, "Do you think he can eat the 100 egg rolls?" Oh, it's so funny. But sorry that he probably died of what? A heart attack?
Nope. Earthquake.
Are you
Oh, no
serious?
way.
Holy
My
shit!
God, are you serious?
Yeah.
The one in Turkey?
The earthquake.
Yeah, the earthquake.
Jesus Christ.
Just fucking hit him.
Did it get the other guy who cooks with like the butter and used to be really happy and now is like sad?
No.
Oh, that's good. Well,
It did
Two
get
icons,
Salt Bay
that must-
too, though.
True legend,
No,
rest in peace.
Dude, I don't know why, but when that earthquake hit, I was like, damn, that's sad. But I saw it wasn't like in Istanbul, so I just assumed it was like, oh, like it was.
Yeah, I also didn't think
It was
would've
like
been that bad.
Tulsa. It was like basically if Tulsa had an earthquake. Like if Tulsa had an earthquake, I would go back to sleep. You know what I mean? Like,
fuck?
sorry Tulsa, but that's besides the point.
well, they have they have tornadoes. So
Okay, if Tulsa had yeah, but they do, so like it wouldn't be a shock. I'm like,
they have
that's
earthquakes over
beside-
there though.
that's besides the point. And then like I feel like when that earthquake happened, like so many people who were kind of like known like died, and I was like confused. I was like, I didn't know like so many people that I've heard of happened to be in this weird corner of Turkey.
How many people died?
Like 80,000.
What?
Yeah, dude.
80,000 people
Yeah,
died?
dude, it was insane.
You're kidding me.
No. How many did you think it was?
Like a couple hundred.
No, dude, it was insane. It was not good. Do you know what? I'll save the joke for later. We'll save it for next episode.
Death toll.
Dude, am I crazy to
59,000.
think that they have lots of
59,000, but I
earthquakes
think
over
I
there?
still. What did you
8,000 in Syria.
I was gonna say, I feel like I hear about earthquakes over there a lot. I don't know if
those people
maybe
can't
I'm
get the
making that up.
breaks. How many people died?
Man.
When was this?
Like a few months ago? Did you not know about this?
I like knew it happened. I didn't know like
It was
this
fucking
bad.
horrible, dude, isn't it?
Crazy. Sorry, Turkey. That sucks. Prokop, do you want to make an end of
Wait.
the episode announcement, dude, or no?
Sure, end of the episode. Everyone who ran into me, I'm having a kid. Everyone was
Can we vote on the name for the podcast pick? Can we vote on the name?
sure.
There we go. It is binding contract now. Prokop said sure, so that whatever you guys vote on is what the kid's gonna be named as.
It's a
Yeah,
girl.
totally.
So
Should I not add what I was gonna add? Save it to next episode.
what is it?
I
Yeah,
was
probably
gonna
save
add-
it.
I got some. Jeremy gave me some information. He called me for it about the
All
pipeline.
right, tell me.
Oh, about the
there are-
pipeline.
yeah,
you
there's
just gave
free-
Prokop 20 seconds about his kid.
Well, I want to
It's-
say I'm
it's
trying to
whatever.
talk.
People
Pipeline
are
thing,
learning.
You fucking idiot. Prokop gets so little.
Okay, I was
And
trying to talk and say the pipeline thing, and then you just like went into and
What was? All
Yeah,
right, well,
defending Prokop, dude.
no, this is before that. I'm done. I'll share it next week. Back.
no, what is like?
No, you
You
don't
might as
care.
well
Like,
say it now. It's too late.
we'll
yeah,
see.
Prokop, we'll get back to the kid.
It's fine.
The kid
They-
isn't
they
here
don't need
yet, but the
attention.
pipeline is here. Can we agree with that? Like, there's no kid yet.
No,
I think
yeah,
no
exactly.
kid talk until we can see a noticeable belly bump. I'm just kidding. No, this
Yeah, it
is
for
free.
3 months was just fucked. But anyway, go.
Free shuttle buses from TD Garden to Encore.
Hey,
So I
douchebag,
think-
that's been a thing for fucking ever. So
I know it is.
Enough.
I know it is, but
You
I
just
think we
interrupted
should.
Prokop for old news. Like you.
I
acted
think
like
we
it was
should. Yeah, but
breaking
that's
news.
not the news.
I told you about that. I already told you about this.
I'm not
said we-
even done. I'm gonna ruin this podcast. Like
Oh, we took
every
the bus
episode for a
from
week.
fucking Encore to a game. All right.
That's not where I'm getting at. And I wish you clearly don't have a business mind. You just don't have a business mind. You just
We
don't,
sell the shirts there.
you don't have the mind, Coop. The fact that you're getting, we talked to them. Add another stop. That's what I'm getting at. Add another stop.
See, Joe actually had a really good idea, which we should do.
No, well, I'm a
Is
business
sell the
mogul,
t-shirts.
dude. So that's why.
We'll sell the t-shirts, buy the bus, and be like, "Oh, yo, you
Yeah,
like the
but add
pipeline?"
a stop to fucking Kowloon.
No, because the thing is, if we go in there wearing those shirts, people will be like, "Yo, those shirts are sick." I'll be like, "Yeah, you can just buy them," and then we'll like show them the website. We don't even need to tell them it's ours, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, word." You know, we're not gonna look like we're trying to sell to them. We're gonna lie and say we found these online.
We all can't
Just-
wear them though. One person's gonna wear them.
No,
We're
no,
all
we
gonna
have
wear
to.
'em. Yeah,
We have to.
We're all not gonna wear them. We're
We
all
all
gonna
gotta
wear.
wear them.
But then it looks like we're selling them.
Oh, I cannot wait for Prokop's kid to be born.
We can
'cause
scatter ourselves, pretend we don't know each other.
He's gonna
We're
have
like,
one.
yeah,
Gotta
you got
get
the shirt.
We're
baby
gonna get a
pipeline, man.
baby Prokop a little pipeline shirt. Especially like one of the
little
baby
jumper.
nappy ones that like the
Oh
little
my
what I
God.
don't know what kind of it's like the little baby like diaper type shirts they wear, whatever. Oh, it's gonna be so
we can
awesome.
put like a square over the face too, so you don't have to like use your kid, or we could like AI generate a different face on it.
Yeah,
When
use
we
someone
take a picture.
else's kid who like gave
What do
We
you
their
don't have
baby
other
away.
kids.
We don't
Well,
have
we
any
only
what,
kids
kids
what,
in our
what are we
roster.
using this kid for? What are we using this kid for?
What? Yeah.
Great
What was the
concept.
point of getting pregnant, dude? Everything. I don't know if
No,
you've
no, no,
gotten
no.
to the
I'm
point
saying
yet.
like where's
everything's
the
about the
kid
bit.
use coming from? Where's the kid? Like I was saying, just give him a pipeline shirt for the baby will wear a pipeline shirt. There's nothing to his face in it. Just
Oh,
funny
yeah,
baby.
that's fine. I'm also like
Yeah,
I'm
that's what
so
I'm
on
getting
the do not put your kids on Instagram
Online.
too much.
Oh, yeah.
Don't.
Wrong. Put them all over it. Market the fuck out of this kid. This kid's gonna be an influencer from birth. That's what you guys really should be doing. That's how to make money now, dude. You want
Yeah, I
him
mean,
to
you
be an
could do
influencer
that.
from birth.
Yeah,
The second it comes out, you should somehow get a fucking GoPro up there. So when it's coming out, like put a little GoPro on its head. The soft spot hopefully doesn't like shrink, like hopefully it doesn't duck down too much from the camera, and then it comes out, and the second it comes out in the first burst of light we get on video, right? And from that point, it's like a Truman Show. They just never have the GoPro off. It will become like a part of their. They'll like, she'll like be like a walking camera stand kind of, but it's she has to wear the pipeline shirt from birth as well. She must only wear
We'll buy
pipeline.
like 5 of them so we can change them.
I got the pipeline like Jagger. Ooh.
Yeah, there's gonna be songs. There's gonna be like gotta be like edit songs about it, about the pipeline. Like that's like the only thing. To be real, it's this. You might as well name the kid the pipeline because that's what it's gonna be doing.
The Pipeline Pro Cop.
Kind of like
Get over
I
this
feel like
kid.
Pro Cop
That's
would be, dude. How about Pipe Lena?
Dude, that's
Pipe-lena.
got too much of a sexual tint to it.
What
Yeah,
about
it would
Pipette?
Because then it could, yeah.
I didn't even pick that up.
The teacher should have to be like, "Is there a hyphen in there?" Or that just won't work.
The real question, Prokop, is: has your college savings account started up yet for the kid?
Yeah, does this kid have college ready to go?
Does the kid
Not
have a
yet.
401k?
Yeah, well, I hate to break it to you, Pro Cop. According to the ads I've heard, it's already too late to get into college.
Yeah, like you should start now.
You should have started saving when you were in college.
I know, right? That's what I heard.
Actually, from birth, you should have been college.
Are you?
College savings,
Is this a
Prokop.
social experiment, Prokop? You're basically being like,
I'm
"Can't
saving
do
for my
it."
grandkids already.
I just like.
Pro Cop, when are you gonna start instilling communist ideals into your kid?
It's gotta be day one, or it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not gonna stick unless you're like. But you got to do it subtly. You got to have like a very subtle approach, so that way it's not over. You don't want to be like the religious nut who's like doesn't make it. You got to make it fun, communist.
Well, yeah, it's more just gonna be like, oh, just treat everyone nice, and then like don't trust everything you see on TV, and then I think
Also,
you gotta
QAnon
You should
Yeah,
leave an Alex
that's what
Jones
QAnon
video
did.
on.
That's what the
Yeah.
Catholic people say too.
I was saying, we can
You
turn
should specifically put
Newsmax.
the Alex Jones Sandy Hook episode on.
You should teach it one China for sure.
What you really need to do is have another kid soon, and have one kid only watch Newsmax, and the other kid only watches Kyle Kalinske.
Oh,
And then
wow.
make them have debates every night at the dinner table.
Yeah, it's a war zone every dinner, every 6 p.m.
Dude, that would be so funny, dude. Oh,
I can't help but imagine because I don't know you or Megan at all. I mean, I know you, but I don't know you guys' relationship at all. I only can imagine when you
Like
guys
your haters.
decided to have a kid.
clip
No,
that.
I meant you. I meant like you guys together. But I can only just picture you guys were just like, yeah, why not? Like that's all. For some reason, that's my image of you guys deciding to have a
I thought
kid.
it was an accident.
No, I don't even think it was an accident. But accident or
He's
But
not,
I
doing.
remember
He's
it was
doing.
just a
his-
shrug
he's
of the
I
doing
remember
his
you're
thing.
32
Yeah.
years old. So
and you just said like, sure, let's have a kid. Like there was no deep thought. It was just like,
no, I think there
sounds
was a
like
plan.
good time.
Do you guys
I
want to
think it
know
was-
how much of a not an accident it was? It was like I was getting concerned about my boys down there. That's how much not of
Yeah.
an accident it was. I
Wait,
was
so
like,
when
am I
did you
gonna have
start
to-
trying?
What?
Well, we don't
When
need to
did
put
you
all
guys-
this in the
No,
podcast.
I was gonna say, I just how long did you want? At least.
Well,
having
where you
it.
How
come?
long were you? How long were you?
No, you fucking your wife, bro.
I've been fucking
How
my
long were
wife
you
for
pumping?
years.
Wait, congrats on the Sex Pro Cup before anything.
Yeah, dude. Congrats. It's dope.
Yeah, my boys are good swimmers.
Yeah,
I guess
clearly
so,
not.
dude.
Barely
No,
functioning.
you're not supposed to have
kidding.
one-offs.
Because you're like, when you decide you want a kid, and if you happens the first time, you're kind of like, like I feel like this gave you a chance to kind of like not see your life end. Like there was hope, which is
In a way, yes.
like you're kind of like, all right, I still have some time. Like I'm still trying. I'm not gonna be upset, but I'm still free.
Yeah, kinda. See, I'm so like, oh my god, she's gonna find this when she's 18, and then.
Oh,
Dude, I mean, I hate to say it, dude.
Yeah, all the kids
I
are,
already,
though.
I already
You
told
better hope it
Brooklyn
all
we got
comes
like
down,
2 more
to be honest.
years, and
That's the only
hopefully,
way.
hopefully we make money on Patreon in 2 years. And if not, this thing might need to be wiped.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
no,
of this thing that I want wiped
I
now.
always
To be
thought
quite
that was the
honest.
plan, to be honest.
To be honest, I think the plan was, yeah, like we try to milk her for like 2 more years, and if by then we aren't making $50,000 each on Patreon,
Each.
we gotta wipe it. To be honest, if we make
We made $8,000
If we made-
total a year, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
if we made 10 grand a month, that would be
That's your
enough for me to sustain it.
Oh, that would be enough for me. 10 grand enough. Yeah, no shit, Cooper. 1.2
Well, I'm saying
million
split 4 ways. It's like $2,500, dude.
Yeah, but like realistically, it's
To be
like,
fair, you did give away shares. I'm pretty sure. Like if we go back on the record, which I'm sure we have, I
Yeah,
think
for
you're
me.
down
I
to like
think I sold-
13%.
I think-
Pavo,
I
I'm
think I-
pretty sure Pavo took 13 of your percent.
you did that without my consulting, by the way.
Well, it was we actually voted on it as a team, and then that was also when you missed like a month and a half straight.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. But the thing at the end of the day is, you're
So
right.
Pavo probably got like 9.5% of your shares at this point. So
That's
you'd
fair.
be if we made $2,500 a month, you'd be probably making. We got to give Pro Cup a little extra, especially now that you got a little kid coming
Those
around.
lemon
so.
party guys can be making like, I think they're up to 20 a month. 20K.
We just need to
Oh.
make enough from Twitch's Cooped Up Cocktail Hour this summer to buy some Instagram ads, and then just fucking
Make the Patreon.
the Patreon should be made. But I think I'll make it by June 1st, so that way once we're in the apartment, we can do like an extra little fucking short episode, just us sitting there a week, even if we capture like 15 minutes a day. You know what I mean? And combine it. Like even if it's one combo a day, and it's like Cooped Up's week review or something like that. And we're like, oh, it's Monday, and it's like a fucking quick chat, and then we combine them all.
Remember,
and then once a week we
you
put
can
on
say
Patreon.
slurs on Patreon. That's how it works.
You could do like
That's what I heard.
patron
You can say whatever
only,
on Patreon.
patron only like streams or patron only episodes or
Yeah,
something. like
only
that.
videos
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, no, we could, dude.
You could even have it so you have the audio for like one level or one tier, and then
We can honestly
audio
post
and video for
the
second.
highest tier is Chet's episode uncut.
Yeah, the chat
Highest
on
tiers, you take my spot on
5 a month.
the podcast. You buy me out, basically.
If
Wait,
you
who?
pay 25, if you pay 25 a month, and you sign a 2-year contract, kind of like Comcast, you can listen to the episodes as they're being recorded. You can't talk, but you can like be there.
Yeah, you're getting muted in the Discord.
And I think like I know there's a lot of podcasts that are like, oh, well, I don't want the listeners to choose our topics. I want us to choose them. You guys can choose the topics if you really want.
I would love more topic suggestions. People send me stuff on Instagram sometimes. I'm not always good with looking at them, but if we do Patreon, I'll be way better at looking at them. And I think we just fucking, especially this year when we're living together, we just milk it, dude. Look, Cooped Up Cocktail Hour, dude. a quick little fucking Twitch stream, get $5 a day off Twitch.
Honestly, we'll make so much money too because the donation goal will just say diapers, and we'll be good.
Yep.
There you go. You guys can do that.
Broke up.
We'll just say
I'll
we're
only take,
raising
like,
money
a
for Broke Up's
percentage.
kid.
Max said he
diaper.
would film golf videos this year, so we can have like one of us switching the
I think
camera
Max
off.
like won't be allowed on a course personally.
No, he's a goddamn caveman. But if he is allowed for whatever reason on the course, we got like a dedicated cameraman, and then we get fucking one of the fucking roving cams. We could probably get lapel mics, dude.
Oh, definitely. I know how to set that. Jake got some lapel mics that you Bluetooth to like one phone or something like that, and it records all of them. So yeah, we got some gear options. We're gonna figure it out. Come
golf.
June 1st.
I think golf video, clam bake videos, dude. I invited everybody to this goddamn clam bake after the fucking thing. I guess Jaden's like, you must have invited 25 plus people to this clam bake. So hopefully not all of them show up.
I don't
won't
know.
remind him.
Is there a regret? Because I said I didn't want 25 people showing up to our apartment our first weekend. I just don't think that's a good idea.
Oh, I think it wasn't a great idea to invite that many. I probably should have invited
And you
like
were
4 or
really
5.
you were defending that pretty strongly the other day.
We
I was
invited
really-
a couple people.
I was
You were
feeling
like,
really confident about it.
And now you're kind of realizing, yeah, it's probably not.
The thing
Honestly,
we'd have to buy like we'd have to buy like
Get
50
it
pounds
this
of
way,
clams.
Aaron. If we want to take a business mindset again, we're showing up to Gloucester. They don't know who we are. Like, who are these yuppies? And then we order a monumental amount of clams.
Like 50
like,
pounds of
I
clams,
think
like a
makes, like,
restaurant
good-
level amount of
yeah.
clams.
the
I think
realistic
this-
thing is I could eat those clams. I think
yeah.
my hot take is I just don't think it's a good idea to move right into an apartment and have like 25 people over. You
Oh
need to
no,
kinda-
we should probably cap it at like 10.
I think we should cap it at 10.
No, I
Yeah,
think it'd be mad funny. We have one where it's like we have the same amount of clams the next weekend though, with only us 3.
We just sit out there and we put a camera. We put a camera on the 3rd floor, just like looking down on us, like shirtless eating clams.
We should
in the
definitely
fucking
actually
yard.
we'll get like a ring cam or something. We should probably get one anyways.
I think we
those
should put-
those things are 50-50, especially with girls living in the building. I would say we shouldn't get a
Yeah,
ring.
No, I mean I'm not facing inside.
No, just like our front door in the apartment. Because like there's the front door from the foyer. That's
I
why
can't believe
it's
creeps
big.
have ruined everything for us.
Well, yeah, bro. If I was a fucking girl who was living in an apartment and then these 3 guys threw a camera that captures every time I come in and leave, I would be a little fucking worried about it. To be honest with you, I'd be worried about it regardless. In like a situation like that, I wouldn't like, even if like I was a guy and I was coming home, like I don't want the camera on me when I'm coming home.
All right, we'll set up a camera just for the backyard then.
What I think
Make
we
sure
should
no
do
one's touching our clam shack.
is have a giant pot, and inside the pot is a GoPro, and it's just me eating clams.
Yeah, we get a second camera and it's just like it's
Clam
like the
cam?
we'll call it
Clam
we can call it the clam cam. We can call it the butter the butter splash zone or something like that. And it's
Yeah.
just like us like fucking raw dogging 20 pounds of clams between the 3 of us. Like this house and 7 pounds of clams each.
I don't like. I'm gonna say it right now before we end because I think this is what we should end off on. If I see a goddamn piece of food that isn't a clam during the clam bake, I won't be.
Clam or bread?
There's bread. That's it. Like, don't fucking bring
We'll
anything
get some
else.
nice Italian bread too or something.
It's clams only.
Or baguette. We'll get a nice baguette.
We'll toast it in the oven.
With the garlic and some butter. We don't
You
even
gotta
have
make
much
the
butter because we're gonna be
roasted
dunking it.
garlic. You got to make the roasted garlic and spread it on.
Oh yes, you're right. With a little
Because that
tin
would
foil
go great
with the
with
garlic
the
in.
clams. Put a
You're right.
clam
And we
on
don't
top
even
of
need that much butter because we're dunking it in butter anyways. All right. I like how we do the logistics of this once a week.
Like, if they don't want to hear about it, then fucking go somewhere else. Let's
We
do
did
it.
go.
This is what the
It is.
podcast is.
Dude, if you're an hour and a half in listening
You're here
to
for
us
the
talk
clams at
about the
this point.
clams, like, yeah, dude, like we're gonna This is the part of the podcast where we give Pro Cup 2 minutes to talk about his kid, and then we talk about what we're planning
But not
content-wise
even
with it. After Aaron interrupted with fucking
the train.
something we knew about, dude. Yeah, the bus
Which
to
we could have talked
Encore.
about when we were talking about public transport the entire time.
Yeah, but instead he decided to give Pro Cup 2 seconds before releasing that monumental
I'm not
information.
apologizing.
You don't have to apologize. Pro Cup
Don't
can just
fucking
think you're a
tell me to
dick, and
apologize.
he can edit the episode and keep the thing you said that was bad, and then there you go from there.
Not apologizing.
And you won't know until IOC or Big Buck or one of them
It
you
says,
up.
hey, maybe this shouldn't be on.
and say, why did you fucking leave that on there?
So be it.
But anyways, thanks everybody for listening. Like we said, I will have a Patreon set up by June 1st. Since Jack decided to pay $10 thinking I was just going to talk in the basement for an hour and a half, I'm sure some of you goofballs will try to buy the Patreon, but we will block you. We don't want the close ones. We want strangers to buy the Patreon. And then after we do a little bit of like a flirt thing between you and I'll take your $5.
We can literally do like $1 a month Patreon.
We could do $1 a month if we wanted to, and then like top tier, which is like you get all the content we put up on there. Because we could do like we could put.
We need to be worth more than $1. I think our entire content put together right now.
Our golfing could definitely be in the dollar page.
Like I think $1, like adding the golf would make us worth $1 right now, quite frankly. So I think we start there.
To be real, I really think the golf route is such a cool fucking route to go, dude. I think that's something we should do a little bit. Just because, like, we're, like, entertaining to watch at golf. Like, you're not watching fucking great golfers by any means.
We are great golfers, dude.
Yeah. But, yeah, golf content, Patreon, Twitch, all of it's coming back in June, so get ready, dude, because I can't wait to... The bit setup for the spot's going to be dope, too. We gotta fuck it. I got a lot of fucking... We got the signs, I think the books. We put some fucking wine on the shelves and shit. We're gonna look classy as fuck, but then also cool. Do we put the Kramer in the background?
Oh,
Yeah.
you gotta. Or keep that in the bathroom. I don't know.
We'll get two.
We could have two.
You gotta get
Two
the
Kramer.
George, the one of him on the
Oh,
couch.
we do need
That
the
one
George.
would be funny in the bathroom. And then put the Kramer in the podcast.
Yeah, because the Kramer is like one that normal people that aren't affiliated with the podcast can go into our house and be like, oh, that's pretty funny. The George is a little bit more.
Of a bit. Yeah. We could put like a cutout of like... We could switch off each week which one of us, like one of the Snapchat pictures is like the face of George. Yeah, that could be a part of the bit.
I like that.
If we had it in the podcast, I think we would have to do that. But if we could just have the Kramer as is, because that's like a more stoic like picture. But anyway, that's enough of logistics for the podcast. Thanks for listening. Bye.